this, and I don't really care to. But here's my response, and you can say whatever you want to say.
Yes, sir.
Actually, no, you can't. You can't say. I'm going to make sure you can only say what I want you to say, okay?
Berg, Matt Walsh, Sebastian Gorka.
No. Here's a list of approved questions, and if you no, I'm just kidding. But seriously, but this is how InfoWars works. Like I just give them the mic. But here was my comment. People wanted me to comment on it. Here's my comment. Republicans are afraid of conservatives. That's what I boil this down to. Republicans are afraid of conservatives. I don't identify as a Republican. I never have. I don't know about you, but Republicans are afraid of conservatives. That's how I boil it down. All right, so we've got a America First Fuentes fan who showed up. And, hey, if a TPUSA person wants to show up, or any of these other groups that say Fuentes is, he's bad for America or something, come on out. But let's hear from you. I can't. They literally just asked me this, and now you showed up. That's wild. Fuentes, you are a freak, dude. You got like some weird mind control shit, dude. No, for real, this is weird stuff. All right, here, go ahead.
So look, I'm just a Christian, a nationalist like President Trump. I love America first. I always put America first. Here we go. And look, we're just asking questions about where our foreign aid goes to. Why the Republican Party has seemed to...
Shut this down. No, shut him down.
No.
Sorry, he has to be shut down.
Yeah, we're just asking why the Republican Party has seemed to abandon principles, Christian principles, that it held 5 years ago. 5 years ago, now you see Charlie Kirk up there talking about, I don't care about, gay marriage. Anyone can do whatever they want. How long until it's drag queen story hour that they're pushing? How long until it's trannies that they're pushing? We got to stop this at the heel. We have to be Christians. We have to be nationalists, like President Trump. I got this hat at the Houston rally where Trump called himself a nationalist. That was a proud moment of my life. I am a Christian, and I will never apologize for that. The Republican Party has seemed to abandon that principle. That is why I am an America First patriot. That's why I'm a nationalist. That's why I love America. I always put America first. Doesn't matter if it's in economics. Doesn't matter if it's in its social unity as a Christian country. Doesn't matter if it's on the global scale in foreign policy. We will always put America first. And that's what Nick Fuentes is about. If you want to watch Nick Fuentes, if you want to hear about him, go to America First with Nicholas J. Fuentes. It's on YouTube every night. He does a solid show. He's a great guy. And please, please, fight these globalists. The Republicans are globalists. They are trying to shut down our speech for asking simple questions. Dan Crenshaw is calling us every name in the book. He's calling us racists, Nazis, anti-Semites, just like the left does. I don't appreciate that. I just want to discuss ideas. That is what the First Amendment is about. That's what the Constitution is about. That's what America is about, discussing ideas.
All right, well done. Now here, let me just say this, because here, will someone actually shoot camera for me real quick? If certain people were smart, they would actually have this conversation, because it is a legit conversation. Sure. And here's what I would say, kind of to play devil's advocate, but I really do kind of believe some of this stuff. Socially, I would say I am a liberal, where you would probably say socially you're a conservative.
Yes, sir.
And I think that's a fair approach to take, and it's fair to draw these party lines, or I guess, lines in social, liberal, conservative. But I think that politically it hurts the current movement in this current stage to try to marginalize either Trump supporters or conservatives or Republicans. I think it's a better idea to try to stay unified right now. And if we have to kind of settle some of this stuff later, maybe figure that out. It's kind of like, okay, like what is the real biggest issue? Well, it's central banks that want to rule the world. Sure, okay, but how are we going to get to that? We can't even convince people that Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. So to me, there's certain timetables and certain hurdles. So I guess that would be my defense for being a liberal, socially a liberal and physically and as far as traditions and culture, a conservative, but socially a liberal. I think that it's more important right now to just accept whoever wants to be part of this Make America First Again, Make America Great Again, all of this stuff, whoever wants to be a part of it, to not really be too nitpicky, because the left is marginalizing itself right now. And if we start eating our own, then we're going to marginalize ourselves, I think, out of political power. So that's kind of my fear right now.
Okay, so, I would bring up a couple points, like, and would you say you define yourself as a libertarian?
Honestly, here, put the mic.
Yeah,
we're gonna teach them how to do it out here.
Okay.
Here, I'll hold the mic. I'll hold the mic. I don't like to identify myself as anything, actually, because I feel like that puts a frame around your mind, a frame around whatever. So I really don't like to identify as anything. Am I a libertarian on some things? Yes. Am I a liberal on some things? Yes. Am I a conservative on some things? Yes. So really, I'm kind of just all over the map. But I guess, really, it's classical liberalism is what it is. I mean, the founding fathers were actually classical liberals that believed in small government. Now liberalism has been twisted and concocted into like big government socialism, which is never what liberalism is all about. It's about free speech, independence. You know, you are your own government. So I'm not sure if that answers your question or not, but
well, I would. Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
My mic, mine, so I can censor you when I want.
Yeah, well, you know, I would say that as a conservative, as a social conservative, and I think most of the country that identifies with the Republican Party would call themselves Christian conservatives. I think that we have to really ask ourselves, what are we conserving here? You know, just 5 years ago, gay marriage was up to the states. The states could decide whether someone could marry or not, and that was perfectly reasonable. Now that the federal government has stepped in and said, oh, you know, now every state has to mandate this, regardless of what these states. I mean, we're talking about the Constitution. What about the 9th and 10th Amendments? You know, we have to talk about how the states should have a role to play in this, rather than, you know, the government telling us this and that. And, you know, you'll see some of these big conservatives like Dan Crenshaw, who said the worst thing that a conservative Christian can support is being anti-gay marriage, which is off, just crazy. And
yeah, that's kind of like the Pope saying that it's not actually the body of Christ, when in the Catholic tradition, I think it's called transcendentalism.
Oh, yeah,
Is that
Catholic? Yes. So yeah.
Transubstantiation? Sorry, thank you,
Yeah,
Pat Sam. I was raised Catholic too. I took communion. I got all the sacraments. So I mean, it's kind of weird when you hear the Pope say, "Oh no, there's no such thing as transubstantiation." So it's kind of like the same thing.
Absolutely, it's exactly the same thing. You know, if you want to call yourself if you want to identify yourself as liberal on certain issues, conservative on other issues, you can, but don't call yourself.
Thank you, ma'am. InfoWars.com. Check us out.
I do. I will.
Awesome.
I'm cute.
Oh, where we go one, we go all? All right, check out InfoWars.
I know.
Oh, okay, all right. Awesome. Right on. Sorry, we got fans coming up, taking pictures and stuff, giving us love. We love you guys, too. We're all in this together. We really are. Yeah.
If we want to see a nation.
Exactly. Hey, thank you, ma'am. God bless you. Sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, so if we want to conserve our Christian principles, if you want to call yourself a Christian conservative, you're against a lot of these things that the left are pushing on us. And we know from Professor E. Michael Jones and the Culture Wars magazine that he produces that sexual liberation is a form of social control. It's a form of social control to say people just keep yourself focused on
That's right. Make America great. Thank you, guys. We love you. Awesome. We're not gonna let the liberal bullies tell us what we can and can't do out here.
But you know, our generation is so glad to see this young generation.
Isn't it nice to see that young children aren't brainwashed by the propaganda at the schools and on television?
Absolutely.
And it's all thanks to Jesus Christ. It's all thanks to Jesus Christ. That's why I'm where I am today.
Well, people think I'm crazy when I say the reason Trump got elected and beat Hillary is that God put in
God's
there.
plan.
I think so.
That was our only hope, is that God intervened and stopped Satan from taking this country down.
I agree with you.
You're not crazy. You're
Thank
not crazy.
you for you young people doing what you're doing.
We'll be out here. We're never going to give up the fight. America's not dead yet. America's not dead right. That's right. That's right. Here, I'll tell you what. You take this over real quick.
Okay.
I'm going to take the bullhorn because I feel like bullhorning.
Okay.
Oh, wait. America. No, I was told I cannot have him on now. I was told he's not allowed on. He's bad. No, I'm just kidding. Here, have your say.
Well, look, I'm just a Christian, and I believe in conservative principles. I believe that is my belief. Those are my principles. Yeah, I'll sit down. And look, Nick Fuentes speaks for a lot of Zoomers, Generation Z people, who are fed up with these globalist Republicans who just want to, import mass immigration to drive down the wages of American workers, to replace American workers, to destroy our culture and our values that America was founded on. We're founded on European values. And that's what we're about. That's what America is about. No more mass immigration, only Christian conservatism. Christianity, we have to bring back our traditional Christian roots in America. No more mass immigration. No more foreign aid to countries who don't serve our interests, whether it be Saudi Arabia, whether it be, Turkey, whether it be Syria, whether it be Israel even. Don't give our money to states that don't serve our interests. It's as simple as that. America First is all about Christianity. It's about nationalism. It's about being a patriot. It's about being someone who loves Christ and loves Christ above all else and knows that the only way this country can go forward is through Christ. And that's what Nicholas J. Fuentes is about. That's what America First is about. Look him up on YouTube. Don't let these Republicans, the Democrats, the liberals, Antifa, don't let them censor Nicholas J. Fuentes. We're all about free speech. We want to discuss ideas. Don't call us names. Discuss our ideas. Debate with us. Thank you.